begin seated. And if at any point I get darker or you can't see me, I'll try and keep looking up to the screen in case you're waving at me. I'm a little bit backlit tonight, so go ahead and take the hands to the knees and just start by rolling the shoulders up to the ears and hold them there. And then allow them to drop down the back, roll up, and drop down. Now, last time, roll up, hold. And as you drop down, allow the eyes to gently close as well. Really feel the space that you have created between the earlobes and the tips of the shoulders. And take a moment to scan from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes. And notice places that could soften just a bit deeper. Maybe releasing the corners of the eyes and the corners of the lips. Releasing the hips and the knees a little bit deeper. Feeling tension release out. And once your body becomes still and feels neutral, start to take your attention to the breath. Just noticing your natural inhale and exhale cycle. Notice if the inhale seems a bit short or staggered. Notice if the exhale seems a bit incomplete. Sometimes after a long day, our breath is short. And so we'll take this opportunity to create a longer inhale and exhale cycle. As you begin your inhale, counting in your head from 1 upward until you reach full. As you reach full and begin to exhale, count from 1 upward until you reach empty, trying to meet the same number. So if you reached 5 or 6 at the inhale, try and exhale in the same length, reaching a 5 or a 6. And if the mind wanders, this gentle counting allows you to just begin again from the top of the inhale and the top of the exhale. Taking a moment as you reach the top of the breath to notice the pause before the exhale. And as you reach the bottom of the breath, notice the pause before the inhale begins again. Releasing the count, and on your next exhale, simply drop the chin down toward the chest. Feeling the weight of the head hang heavy. Feeling as if it's like a bowling ball hanging right off those muscles across the shoulders. As you inhale next, draw the arms up and interlace your hands behind your head, letting the elbows wrap gently around the temples. Feeling how that extra weight takes the stretch over the back of the neck and down between your shoulder blades. Slowly relax your hands to your knees and let your right ear roll to your right shoulder. Letting the right hand come up over the left side of the head, you'll gently draw down and push outward through your left hand into the knee. You'll feel how that actually draws the stretch down to the tip of the shoulder girdle. Releasing the right hand to the knee, rolling the chin through the chest, left ear now, left shoulder, left hand up over right side of head. Pressing downward and outward through that right hand, feeling that stretch over the neck. Slowly releasing the hand to the knee, chin comes to chest. Allow the hands to interlace behind your back this time. Drawing the knuckles down and pushing back through the pinky side of your hand as you feel the shoulder blades squeeze toward one another and the stretch come across the place where shoulders and arms meet. Slowly you'll release this and take the hands to the fronts of the knees in a cross-legged position. If cross-legged becomes too uncomfortable for you, soles down, knees to the sky works fine. You're going to lift your chest up, broaden across your collarbones, and then round your spine out, tucking the chin as you come through that rounding. Lift and lengthen up to neutral. Exhale, round it out, tuck the chin. Last time, lift and lengthen up. Exhale, tuck and round. Stay rounded. Take your left hand over to your right hand and push back through the left shoulder blade and left rib. So you start to feel that stretch come all the way up over the back of the ribs and across the blade. Slowly take the hands over to your left side, push into a rounded spine and to your right through the shoulder blade. And slowly come back to neutral. We'll kick the legs behind us and come up onto our knees. So coming up onto knees, standing so shoulders stack over ribs and hips. Hands behind once again. This time knuckles drawing down and back. And you're going to think about navel into spine and lift the chest up and back. So you're coming a bit deeper into a back bend, feeling as if you're squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Slowly come to neutral. Lift the arms up overhead, interlacing your fingers. Palms press upward. Reach up and over. Hi, Wesley. Reach up and over to your right side as you feel that stretch come across the left ribs. We inhale, come to center, and exhale, come over to your left, pushing the right hip to the right. And inhale, come to center. As you exhale, hands come to the earth, tabletop pose. Taking your right hand into center, we'll lift up through that left arm. And as you exhale, just twist over to your right. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale, rise up. As you exhale, land to the shoulder and the temple, releasing the right fingertips out in front of you. Now this is just a gentle stretch over the back of your left shoulder and the side of your right side body. If you wish to have a bit more, you can take the right hand up to the small of the back. Roll the shoulder open and feel how that opens the space between the blades and across the front of the chest. Slowly release that right hand down to the earth, planting into the palm and lifting back, letting the left hand plant to center and the right hand rise up. Twisting and pressing left, working with your breath. Inhale rises you up, exhale presses. Last time, rise and press, landing shoulder and temple, reaching left fingertips out. Again, option to take the left hand up to small of back, rolling the shoulder open. And slowly release that left hand down, coming back up, tabletop pose. We're going to find a cow belly, lengthening the chest, staying here for a full breath cycle where normally we would just take an inhale here. What I want you to feel is the shoulder blades drawing almost down in a V, bottom tips coming toward one another as the chest opens. It should allow neutral in that upper spine. from there, round your spine deeply into cat back. Really tuck your chin, really push the floor away. Feel the broadening across the shoulder blades here. Tucking that chin deeply. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll step our right foot back, press through the heel, and then step the left foot back and press through the heel to find plank pose. Just like you did in your cat back, the rounded back, push the floor away and think about rounding the upper spine a bit to strengthen that space between the blades. Now from there, without bending the elbows, just let the chest drop down. You'll feel the shoulder blades lift up off of the back, and then push to round that upper spine. Go ahead, drop down, push up. Last time, drop down, push up, and then simply lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Now, if your downward facing dog creates too much pressure on the shoulders, just come into child's pose. Or release that head really, really heavy, shaking it yes and no. The gaze comes behind your heels, so right between the feet. And we're gonna slowly walk the hands to the back of the mat to meet the feet. You'll lengthen here, halfway lift, flat back. Release down into a fold and rise up through the arms. Lifting, interlace your hands just as we did at the top or when we were on the knees. You're gonna lift up and reach over to your right side. Keeping the right rib spinning open. Inhale up, exhale left side. Keeping that left rib spinning open. And then slowly back through center. Take the hands to your hips. You're gonna lift your right leg up and step it forward wide. So you're stepping not as wide as like a warrior one, but a little bit shorter than that, straight front leg. Let's lift and open the chest and fold over that straight front leg to get into the hamstring. Now, if your balance allows, interlace your hands behind the back, drawing the knuckles down and back and squeezing the blades toward one another, which will also help to open the collarbones. Bend into the front knee, keep the hands clasped if they are, and lift up into a balance. So you're in this bound airplane pose, knowing that landing gear can be to the floor if balance is not an option tonight. And then step the left foot to meet the right foot. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands through center chest as you lift your left foot now and step forward to the top of your mat. Hands coming to the hips as you fold over. So just starting to get the body warm. You should feel a lot warmer through upper body now. And now we're adding lower body. Interlace behind the back if it feels right for you. If it doesn't feel right for you, just draw the elbows up a little bit more and you'll get that same action. You're gonna bend into the front knee and lift up through that right foot. Bound airplane pose. Stepping right foot to meet left foot, sweep your arms up, fold forward, lengthen up, halfway lift, plant those hands, step back to your plank pose. Again with 3 scapular push-ups, drop the chest through the shoulders, push the back up through the shoulders. Drop the chest down, lift the back up. One more time, drop it down and lift up. Now dropping the knees, shifting the body weight forward, elbows hug in as we lower down to the earth. You'll interlace your hands behind your back as we've been doing. Keep your chin tucked and start to send your knuckles down towards your heels as you feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Fronts of shoulders and chest will lift up off the floor. Slowly release down. Take the hands beside you, thumbs next to your lowest rib. Lift your chest, broaden your collarbones, cobra pose. Curl your toes, downward facing dog or child's pose. Again, shaking your head yes and no. As you inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, walk up to meet the hands. Lengthen here halfway and release. Press into the feet to rise, and you'll step left foot back for warrior one. Planting back into that heel, so now nice wide stance. Send the weight forward through your front shin and back through your pinky toe. Lift the arms up. We're gonna open like cactus arms, sending the elbows toward one another. Good. Keep that opening. Lift across the chest if it feels okay in the low back, and breathe. As you inhale, rise, hook your thumbs overhead. Reach up and over to your right side. Letting the shoulder blades drop down, meaning if you need to, bend the elbows and you'll feel the shoulders come away from the ears. Slowly frame your right foot. Step back to your plank pose. 3 scapular push-ups. Drop the chest. Rise the back. Drop the chest. Rise the back. Last time, drop the chest. Rise the back. You can drop knees or roll to tips of toes and lower down, coming to the earth. Taking your fingertips out like little spider legs this time. Roll the shoulders up off of the mat. Drop your left shoulder as you look right. Come through center, drop your right shoulder as you look left. One more time, take it to the right. And one more time, take it to the left. Coming back through center, hands come underneath your shoulders, thumbs by ribs. Lengthen here, cobra pose. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Letting the head hang heavy. Now plant into your thumb and your first finger, and from there, think about spinning your elbows so that the inside eye of the elbow points to the opposite thumb. That will open up across the shoulders. Take an inhale to lift your gaze to your thumbs and walk up to meet your hands. Lengthen here halfway up and release. Pressing into the feet, rise to reach. Sending the hands through center chest as you step back with your right foot and find your warrior one. This time the arms are going to lift up. You're going to open to cactus arms, and we're going to send the chest closed and open. Closed and open. 2 more times. Close and open. Last time, close. Stay here, full breath cycle. Inhale, arms rise, hooking your thumbs, reaching up and over to your left side. Come back through center, frame your foot, and step back. This time, we're going to drop our knees down, and you're going to send the forearms to the floor. You're going to come forward, touch your chin to your thumbs, and then back to that forearm tabletop. Forward, chin to thumbs, back to your tabletop. Last time, forward, chin to thumbs, and come all the way to the earth, taking the hands by your sides, lengthening the chest up, cobra pose, and sending the hips back, downward facing dog. This time on an inhale, you'll lift your right leg high, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. Now the body wants to drop the left shoulder. Try and square the shoulders. You'll feel a little bit more stable through shoulders and a bit more twist through hip. Close the hip off and step the right foot forward. Back heel stays lifted, crescent lunge. Palms will touch overhead. Thumbs come to the nape of the neck. Lift and open up across your chest. Feeling that opening across the triceps, the back of the arms, and right between the blades. Slowly, you're going to fly the arms back, lengthen the chest forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fly back. Good. Last time, rise. And then you're going to send those hands back, open the chest, bend into both knees. Again, we're going to fly this time, unbound airplane pose, but you're reaching the fingertips back toward that back heel. And send the left leg down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, fold it forward. Lengthening up, halfway lift. Plant those hands. You're going to step back to your plank pose. Now, your option here is that you can stay in a plank. Let everyone drop the forearms and interlace your fingers. If knees down works better for you, take it. We're going to roll to the tips of the toes, touch the chin to the knuckles, come back to forearm plank. Roll and touch, come back to forearm plank. Last time, roll and touch. Back to forearm plank. If knees are not down, send them down and come on to your belly. From your belly, separate your hands. Your forearms look like the letter H now. And you're going to pull your elbows kind of energetically back towards your hips without them actually moving. Let the collarbones broaden and the chest open. You may feel this in your low back. Pull the belly button to the spine if that's the case. And actively draw the bottom tips of the shoulder blades toward one another behind you. From here, release down, slide your thumbs by your side ribs, peel open to cobra pose, which should feel a bit more open now. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. Again, squaring the shoulders off. And slowly stepping left foot to left thumb, back heel high as you rise for crescent lunge. Letting the palms touch, sliding the thumbs to the nape of the neck, and lifting up. Just breathing in balance here. If low back twinges at all, pull the navel into the spine and don't come into as much of a back bend. Good, release the arms up. And as you exhale, fold torso, sweep the arms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep. Last time, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to broaden your collarbones and come up into your airplane balance. Ooh, I hit a little turbulence there. You're going to step that foot down, sweep the arms up. Fold forward. Lengthen here, halfway lift. Plant those hands, step it back to plank. Same thing you can do on knees or not. You're going to lean to the right, tap your left hand to your right shoulder. Lean to the left, tap right to left. Left to right, right to left. Left to right, right to left. Come back to neutral. You can take knees down or roll the tips of toes. Lower all the way to the earth. Coming onto your forearms once again. This time, upper arm bones come right to the earlobe. So you kind of scooch them up and then let the head hang heavy. You should feel that right between the shoulder blades in the upper traps and across that T of your collarbones and shoulder girdle. That is also upper traps. If you're not feeling it, elbows might need to walk forward or toward one another. Slowly release, walking your thumbs back by your side ribs, lengthening your chest up, cobra pose, and sending your hips back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg will lift high. As you exhale, step it through. Once again, crescent lunge. Sweeping the arms out to the letter T. You're going to take your left arm in front of your right arm, or under, your right arm. You can either hug or eagle wrap. Wherever you are, elbows draw up, shoulder blades draw down. Keep bending deeply into the front knee. Now, inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, round, tap elbows to knee. A lot of balance here. Inhale and exhale. Last time you're going to inhale. As you exhale, push up through the space between the shoulder blades. Push forward through your elbows or fingers. And then slowly spring up to this flying eagle pose. So just another variation of your airplane. Step the foot down, sweep the arms up. Fold it forward. Lengthen up halfway. Plant those hands, step back. This time you are going to walk your hands forward, left, right. Walk back, right, left. Walk forward, right, left. Walk back, left, right. Forward, left, right. Back, right, left. Forward, right, left. Back, left, right. Knees down or to tips of toes, we lower all the way to the earth. Right hand will come out. Thread your left arm under and start to fold over that arm. Now, if body mass across the top gets a little bit squeezed, don't come as deep into that reach. You're going to feel the back of your deltoid no matter where you go with it. For those of us without a chest, it's not an issue. Slide that right hand back so that you can unthread the left. Left arm will come out. Slide the right arm under. You take the left hand forward, the right hand to the left. The body kind of wants to roll to the right. Try to square off. You'll feel more stretch that way. And then slide that hand back. Unthread. Thumbs by your low ribs as you rise to your cobra pose. And lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg will rise high. Exhale, step through crescent lunge. Sweep the arms out like the letter T. This time right under left, hugging or eagle wrap. Fingertips up, shoulder blades down. Lift up through the chest, breathe in. Tap elbows to knee, breathe out. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we tap. Last time, rise up. Tap here, round the spine all the way through those shoulder blades and keep pressing either fingers or elbows forward. So if you're in the hug, it's elbows coming forward. Now slowly bend both knees, flying eagle pose. And step right to meet left as you breathe in. Folding forward here. Separate your feet now as wide as your mat. Let your knees be soft. Grab opposite elbow to opposite hand and just hang heavy here. Shaking the head, yes and no. Slowly release your hands to the floor. Step back, take knees down. Everyone finds tabletop pose. Find 3 cat-cows here. Inhale as you lengthen and open. Exhale as you round and rinse. Inhale, lengthen and open. Exhale, round and rinse. Last time, lengthen and open. Round and rinse, stay rounded.
Press your hips back towards your heels with your chin tucked and feel the entire length of the spine stretch. From here, come to a neutral spine, making sure knees stay directly under hips. Walk your hands forward to find happy puppy pose. As the chest drops down through the shoulders, if you feel the shoulders, the actual shoulder joint start to give you a problem, bend the elbows out to the side and let the forearms release down. So here you can touch forehead, chin, maybe even chest drops to the floor. Depends on how open that thoracic upper back is, thoracic spine. And slowly come right down onto the belly. This time your left arm is going to come out beside you, like half of the letter T. Your right thumb will come by your rib cage, and you're going to push over onto your left hip. Feeling that stretch now right where the left chest and shoulder meet. Slowly come back through center, releasing the left thumb by your left ribs, right arm out to the side, rolling now to your right hip. And slowly back through center, both thumbs by lowest ribs. Lengthen the chest up, cobra pose. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right toes, right thumb, crescent lunge. Just using crescent now as a transition. We're going to sweep the arms up and open up to your warrior two. So you will face the left side wall. Okay. From here, let's reverse the warrior. Take your hand behind your head so your palm touches the back of your head. Reach back and push the hand, or the head, back into the hand. Feeling the elbow draw back so the shoulder blade draws down the back. From there, take your right elbow to your knee. Left arm comes up. If you wish to open the shoulders more, the left hand can come to the small of the back. Rolling the shoulder open here. Perhaps finding what's called a half bind, so the hand wraps around to the thigh. Wherever you are, the blades are drawing toward one another and the chest is drawing open. Now, keep your left hand wherever you had it land, but straighten your right leg. Reach the right arm out and then forward. Left hand will come over the top like you're reaching for a beach ball. Inhale, sweep to the right. Exhale, sweep back toward that left leg. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sweep back. Last time you inhale up, and as you exhale, cartwheel it to your warrior two. And then send the hands down to frame the foot as you step back to a plank pose. Staying here in your plank, simply holding plank for 3, for 2, and on 1, simply let your hips lift up. Inhaling, left leg will rise. Exhaling, step it through crescent lunge to transition, sweeping the arms up. Once you find stability in that left leg, you'll spin the right heel down and open to your warrior two, facing the right side wall. We're going to start by reversing the warrior, left hand behind the head. Send the elbow to the knee, top arm will lift up. You can stay right here or maybe take hand to the small of the back. Rolling the shoulder open. Perhaps finding that half bind, your choice. Stay bound, but straighten that bent knee as you come into triangle pose. Take the left arm out and forward. Reach the right arm over the top like you're holding a beach ball. Sweep forward, sweep back. Sweep forward, sweep back. Last time, sweep forward. And as you exhale, you're going to rise up to your warrior two. Finding that warrior two, cartwheeling the hands down, frame the foot, step to plank, and drop the knees. Send your knees wide and your big toes to touch as you slide the hips back into child's pose. In your child's pose, palms flip so thumbs are out to the sides. Feeling those shoulders release. And slowly let the palms plant as you rise to your tabletop, curling your toes, lifting your hips, downward facing dog, and walking to the middle of your mat. You're going to take your feet as wide as the mat and take your hands to either ankles or shins as you pull down. A little bit of hamstring here, and then hands come to the small of your back. Send the elbows up toward the ceiling. You're going to lift up halfway. Feel the shoulder blades pull toward one another. Imagine somebody could tie those elbows, looping something around both of them so that they're pulling together even deeper. And then release. Opposite elbow to opposite hand. Soften those knees. Drop the head. Let it hang heavy. From here, tense your fingers to the earth, blocks or books, and separate your feet off of the mat a bit. Turning the toes out, the heels in, you'll bend the knees. Let those hands come to the knees and press the knees wide. Drop your left shoulder, look over your right shoulder. So this twist we did on the floor, but it comes now through the back and the inner thigh. Coming through center, you'll drop your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder. One more time, come through center, twist right. One more time, come through center, twist left. Slowly release as you start to rise up. Heel toe your feet back to the center of the mat. And inhale to take those arms up. Exhale, you'll fold forward. Taking the hands down to the earth, step it back, find your tabletop pose. We're going to walk the hands forward, happy puppy one last time. If you would like to take a new variation of happy puppy, shoulders are pretty open, palms can touch, forearms drop down, elbows bend, thumbs to nape of neck. Slowly you will release, start to walk your hands back. We're going to sit to the right hip. And then you'll send your left foot either over the knee or in front of the knee. So you want to make sure that your right heel is out from under that left hip so that you don't sit on it. Let the left hand come behind the back. Inhale, rise up through the right arm, creating length and space, and then exhale, twist. Now as you twist, feel the blades draw toward one another as the collarbones draw open. Slowly come through center. Walk your feet away from one another. So you may stay right where you are. There may be no more walking the feet. But if the knees will stack, go for it. And we're going to take the arms up. You will take your left arm under your right arm, cross and twist or hug. Pushing fingertips or elbows up, shoulder blades down. And just start to let those hips and knees release. You'll feel a lot through the hips. We haven't done much in the legs today outside of standing, so this might be a little extra tight. Then you're going to maybe lean forward, tap the elbows down, hold here and round the spine as the chin tucks. And slowly you will release. Easiest way to unwind the legs, simply lean back and you're going to cross left under, right over.
or right in front to set up for the twist. Right hand behind the back, left arm lengthens, and you find that twist. Peeling the collarbones open, sending the shoulder blades toward one another. Slowly back through center, walking the feet in opposite directions. Once you find the place where you're stable, arms reach out, right arm under left arm, crossing and twisting. Fingertips or elbows up, shoulder blades down, holding here and breathing. Slowly drop down, tapping the elbows to the knees, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. And slowly release. Take your hands behind you, unwind the feet, let the soles of the feet come to the floor. I'm going to turn sideways here. Hands are going to come behind your back with the fingertips facing backward. So the heels of the hands are kind of in toward your body. From here, lift your hips up and send them towards your heels. Press into the earth with the heel of the hand and broaden the collarbones. Feel that space between the blades. You might even let the head drop heavy to the chest. And slowly turn the fingertips to face in. Walk those hips back. And we're going to lay all the way to the earth. We're going to prepare ourselves for bridge pose. So you lay all the way down. Now in your bridge pose, you have the option. We've been doing a lot of interlacing behind the back. You will have that option. If that doesn't work well for you, you'll grab opposite sides of your mat and simply pull down, turning your palms out. It does the same thing in the shoulder. Let's start by walking the heels in. Palms facing up. Press the hips up as the knees and shins press forward. Trying not to squeeze the glutes too much. Release the glutes and simply lift the hips. Option here to interlace the hands under the body. And slowly relax the hands, relax the hips, bring the knees in, roll the chest, back up off the floor, tuck your chin, find this nice deep rounding, and then release to the floor. 2 more bridges. So again, your choice whether to interlace or not. Press to lift up. Gaze is upward, chin is lifted a bit to create space in the throat. And release down. Knees come in, roll the back up off the floor, tuck your chin, round your spine, and release down. Palms open, last time, holding for 5 breaths now, so your choice where you take it. All the way up. Hands to either side of the mat or under the body, lifting up. And slowly release. This time, let the knees windshield wiper from side to side. And you'll go ahead and release your left leg long. Draw your right knee in. And just as we did when both knees were in, you're going to roll up off the floor. Tuck that forehead. And imagine pulling with all your might so that knee and forehead touch. Really tuck the chin. And then release the shoulders, keep that knee in. Let your right arm release out to the side. Palm stays open. Let the knee cross over to the left. Now we're working today to keep the shoulder to the floor. So it doesn't matter where the knee goes. You can always kind of use your other hand to prop the knee up or let a blanket or a block support it. But try and roll the front of the shoulder down into the back of the shoulder, creating that connection across your back shoulder blade. There's a muscle there called the serratus anterior, and it's the muscle that is primarily responsible for keeping the blades connected to the back, so the scapular winging does not occur. Come right up through center. Extend down through your right arm, your right leg. Interlace the hands around your left shin. Roll up off the floor, tuck deeply. Pull as much as you can to try and make that connection. You'll really feel the rounding across the upper traps. Release the shoulders down, relax the head. Let the left arm come out to the side, palm facing up, and twist across the body to your right. Again, the goal here is you think about rolling the front of the shoulder to the back of the shoulder. If you think about the thumb rolling to touch the floor, that will help you. It's going to rotate the upper arm with the lower arm. Slowly come right back through center. Both knees are going to come into your chest. One last time, roll up, tuck into a tight ball, and then release down, extending the legs long and taking them over to your right side. Crossing left ankle over right ankle, interlacing your hands behind your head and starting to reach to the right. So your body makes this little banana shape. But what might want to happen is your left shoulder might want to lift up off the floor. Try and release it down. Even if that means you don't reach as far, you'll feel it through the shoulder. Draw back through center with upper and lower bodies. Take the feet to your left and cross the right ankle over the left ankle as you reach the arms now to the left. And try and keep the shoulder blade again to the floor. Coming right back through center. Take the soles of the feet down. The palms will face up as the hands drape by your sides. Slowly, knees draw into chest, feet draw up to ceiling. If you wish to just settle into Shavasana now, go for it. Otherwise, taking this legs up, you'll feel the low back completely neutralize. You'll feel the stress of the standing postures release and the blood flow change direction. Slowly relax the legs all the way down your mat. Taking any props, blankets, pillows to find comfort in stillness. And as your body arrives, allow yourself to feel heavy, to feel weighted and rooted, as if sinking into sand. You feel fully supported, so much so that you can surrender. Tension releasing from the jawline, tension releasing from the brow and the corners of the eyes. Tension releasing over the shoulders and out through the tips of your fingers. Over your low back and your hips and out through the tips of your toes. And as you find this heavy stillness, imagine A gentle wave rising up from the tips of your toes right to the collarbones, and then rinsing away, receding back. Perhaps those waves that come with your inhale take with it a bit of froth, a bit of sediment in the form of thoughts or tension. But the exhale draws all of that away from you. All of that which no longer serves just recedes outward, releasing from the body. So that eventually the waves that rise up over the body are clear and gentle, and the waves that recede are soft and relaxing. And if thoughts begin to arise, let them be washed away, knowing that they will be there waiting for you when you return. Slowly begin to bring your attention back to your physical body through breath, allowing those waves to rise a little more powerfully on the inhale and release fully on the exhale as movement comes back to the body. Finding any final stretches that feel right. Gently drawing your knees in towards your chest as you make your way off to one side or the other, whichever calls to you tonight. And as you're ready, finding your way up to a comfortable seated position, allowing the eyes to remain closed and the hands to rest on the knees with palms open and knuckles down on the knees. Taking a moment to scan the body as you arrive. Noticing any changes you might feel physically or perhaps energetically. And then just sit with that feeling as I share the following. Let yourself take side trips. A Native American shaman from Sedona once said, "You're on a journey, but it's not what you think. Don't be like the deer who looks straight ahead and sees only the destination. Let yourself take all the side trips you can. Travel the back roads. Take your time. Talk to people and touch the trees. See all you've come here to see." To get to the next place, we need to leave the comfortable main road we've been traveling. Sometimes a side trip is exactly what we need to make. So as we now reach the middle of our summer, in the depths of just unsettled future, let's take side trips wherever we are destined to take them, whether that's emotional, mental, energetic side trips, perhaps it's physical side trips that were meant to be long, meandering journeys out of state, out of town, and now have changed. Simply going with the flow and allowing ourselves to feel everything we need to so that we can move forward with confidence and presence. As you breathe in, allow the arms to rise up, drawing the palms to touch and sliding the thumbs to center chest. I'll seal our time together with a single round of Om. Inhaling. Surrendering the head to the heart as you swallow in the back of your throat. Raising your thumb knuckles to center forehead. All that is light and love in me honors and shines to all that is light and love in each of you. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.